When on the road or at a campsite for an extended period of time, a small space can feel even smaller. But a wide open one like this, you may never want to go home. Take a look at the space you have on this countertop. I mean, you can prep a whole meal here with ease. You can feed a whole family. You have space over here. Take a look at the sink. This is a massive undermount stainless steel bowl. Gorgeous. I don't know if it's a champagne bronze or a gold or a copper. It's something, but I like it. It's high rise. It's a pull-out faucet. Makes it easy to wash dishes. You have the pop-up power tower here with wireless charging on top. Couple 120 USB and USB-C in there. And if you need to do some cooking, you get the recessed 3-burner cooktop with the glass cover, which means you can utilize this as prep space too. Fold it up, boom, be able to cook right there, and you have the oven underneath. And again, this is a thermoformed countertop. It's upgraded. It's not T-mold. You're not gonna have to worry about that popping off. Underneath that, take a look at all the storage space. When you have big countertops, you get big storage. You have full extension ball bearing drawer guides, and oh, slow close. Love that. Take a look at how deep this bottom drawer is. Absolutely huge. And then underneath the sink, they did a fantastic job. Over to the side, they left it open, so you have space for a trash can. And then right here, you can see they built in a shelf, so any kind of cleaning supplies or chemicals, whatever else you need, you have space for it right down there. You obviously have to have storage space up top as well. They did a good job, and it's nice bright uppers. I really like the white. I think it helps elevate the space, makes it seem big and open, just like you had down below. They did it up here too. Love that. Now I have a spot for my spices, my Pam spray, everything I need. Plus I can still fit cereal boxes in here, or cups, bowls, plates, whatever else I need. Great storage all the way throughout. As you would expect, you also have the microwave and hood right above your 3-burner cooktop in a 12-volt Contour refrigerator, compressor driven. This will run off the battery. Now, normally I'm not super ecstatic about those because it does drain the battery fairly quickly. But what I love about this one and this EDDIE BAUER is that this one has auto gen start. So I'll show you that in a little bit when we get up to the dash. I know what you're thinking in the dash, but yes. So if your batteries start to get low, that generator will kick back on and charge them back up, so you don't have to worry about that whatsoever. Now, the living area in this one is equally fantastic. That's what really makes this space for me, is this combination of the kitchen and living area, because this whole thing right here is a slide. And I'll show you a little bit later, when the slide is in, you still have a full runway in here, but with this, you just have this massive open space. It really opens this up. It's great for conversation. It's great for watching TV. This is a dream dinette, so it drops down nice and easily into a bed if you need that additional sleeping space. It has seat belts, so you can have riders, cup holders, another wireless charger right here, plus in the center you can lift this up, and it even has, again, USB and USB-C charging. And that's really cool because while you're going down the road, you can still be able to charge your cell phones. You have storage all the way across the top, huge storage. Love the EDDIE BAUER nameplate right there in the center. And over here is your sofa. This is going to be a jackknife style sofa. Again, more seat belts. And as you can see, you also get big storage underneath. That, of course, is the advantage of having a jackknife sofa. I also want to mention roof mounted AC. This one has 2. You have one up here, one in back bedroom, because it is larger. They want to make sure you stay nice and cool, and that will definitely accomplish it. Now, I said the Dream Dinette drops down for sleeping, as does this jackknife sofa, but if you have adults that are going to be sleeping in here, this is going to be your second bed. 800-pound capacity up here. That's wonderful. You can actually sleep 2 adults. It's not always the case. A lot of times you'll have like 300 to 500 pounds. 800 is pretty darn good. Again, USB ports, window, you have cup holders, and you have a foot locker right here for some additional storage. You will also see right across the way is your TV on a swing arm mount, so you're able to swing that around whether you're sitting in the sofa, the dinette, or right up here. You'll have a good view to it. Now, let's drop down in and talk a little bit about the cab. This one is built on the Ford E-Series. If you've seen one, you've basically seen them all. Have some cup holders here in the center. We're gonna have all our thermostatic controls. You'll also see this one has a couple of USB ports, both USB-A as well as USB-C. But where the big difference comes in is going to be your touchscreen display right here. And let me show you why. We're going to jump to home. Now you will see you have basically all the options you can possibly want for music. You have radio, Sirius XM Ready, Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay there as well. You'll also notice that you can use this for your backup camera, of course Bluetooth audio, but where this really starts to differentiate is this right here. Your RV control panel to control a lot of things in your RV is built right into this touchscreen, which I think is really smart. You can see you have your tank monitoring panel here. You also can turn on your tank heaters and your water pump, but one of my favorite ones is this right here, is the fact that you have your slide out built in here. So one thing I do want to say is, because this is a Thor product, in order to operate the slide, you have to have your parking brake engaged and you have to have the coach running. If both of those things are happening, then this will function. If they're not, like right now, nothing is going to happen. I would have liked to have seen like a warning where it tells you like, hey, engage parking brake, turn on the motor. It does not, but just know that those things have to happen in order for that to operate. But again, I think this is just a really cool system. The other thing that is going to be really unique, and I mentioned this earlier when we were talking about the refrigerators, the fact that this has auto gen start. So you can see right there, currently it's enabled. It's currently on for battery level. I can set when I want it to start and stop. So I can set all of that, which is really cool. You can also have it for runtime. How long do I want it to run? Maybe at a temperature. If it's really hot out and I want the ACs to kick on, but I don't have shore power, I can just turn it on with temperature. Boom, good to go. Generator kicks on, AC fires up, good to go. It has quiet time on there as well. Again, this is just a really cool system that I'm really happy that they included in this EDDIE Bauer. Okay, before we step into the bathroom, I do just want to mention that right next to the refrigerator, there is this pantry for some added space. Now, the bathroom is pretty unique. As you can see, it is a pass-through bathroom, but I like this for a few reasons. One, if I need to use the toilet, I have privacy, and I kind of like that. You know, someone can be out here showering, I can still do my business, all is good. If I want more of an ensuite feel, you can open this door up, there's a magnet, and now you have this entire space. Or if you just want to close the bathroom off, you can keep this open like so. There's another door right here. I can pull this door shut, and now I have this complete space as essentially the bathroom. So I actually really like this walkthrough just because it does give you so many variations and just so much space in general. When I stand up in the shower, I have a ton of room, folks. I'm 6 foot tall. I could be 6'6" and still be able to stand in here no problem. I can turn. I have shelving, nice wall surround in there as well. As for the other side here, you can see porcelain bowl on the toilet. It is elevated a little bit, so it's actually really easy to get on and off, which I like. Great leg room, plenty of shoulder space here as well. The toilet paper is actually in a very manageable spot. I don't have to like twist over here to try to grab it. I hate when they do that. It's like, no, who's gonna do that? I don't wanna do that, nobody does. You'll also see storage underneath as well as the mirrored medicine cabinet up top and storage right up here. So you have plenty of room for all your toilet paper, black tank chemical, and everything else you need. You will also notice right over on this side, this one has the tankless water heater. So you essentially have unlimited hot water. And then right up top will be the vent fan for obvious reasons. The bedroom in the EDDIE Bauer 31 is the same as in the 28, and for good reason. It's a great setup. You have your north to south queen bed here, a little bit of a step to get up into the bedroom, so just be aware of that if you have to use the bathroom in the middle of the night. You have wardrobes on both sides, but it's going to be a little bit different setup. You'll have a larger wardrobe on this side with your storage for your telescoping ladder for the bunk up front. And then you will also notice 2 drawers right down below. On the other side, you'll have a little bit smaller wardrobe, but you have a shelf with a drawer. And the reason for the shelf is you can see all the outlets there. That way you have a place to plug in a CPAP machine, or you can plug in your cell phones to charge overnight. Storage across the top here, as I mentioned previously, that second AC. And if you want a TV in the bedroom, there's a space for it on that wall. The EDDIE Bauer 31EB is built on the Ford E450 chassis, and this houses the 7.3-liter V8 engine. That puts out 325 horsepower and 450 foot-pounds of torque. My favorite feature up front, though, is going to be this gorgeous front cap. Not only because it looks good, which it does, and not only because it adds insulation, which it does, but also because it is going to help repel any water intrusion. See, normally you have the seals right here on the side, and that's where the water is just going to be driving in and trying to get in there. But with this front cap, it wraps around the side, wraps around the bottom, and really helps to protect that front end. Making our way back a little bit further, we start talking a little bit about the construction of the box. So this one is going to be fully vacuum bond laminated for your sidewalls, your roof, as well as the floor. The ceiling up top, or the roof rather, is going to have a single piece cross flex membrane. That is going to be more puncture resistant than just about any other membrane on the market today. And when it comes to drivability, the 31EB is certainly no slouch, thanks to this smooth tech suspension. That suspension has actually been adopted by a lot of ambulances for how well it rides. It utilizes rubber shackles on the suspension, and this one is also upfitted by MoreRide, which does a ton to the chassis itself. For example, they computer balance the drive shaft to help take out that vibration while going down the road. But it's not all about construction, it's about features as well. For example, an outside TV. Perfect placement. It's low enough that when you're sitting in your camp chair, you have a great shot to it. You're not going to get a sore neck. Has a sound bar on there as well, so that way when it's movie night, whether it's you or the kids, will certainly enjoy the TV. You will also notice large open storage containers. So with this storage, this is going to be rotocast. That means it's nice and easy to clean. You can see you can just take a hose in there and be able to wash everything out. There is a light in a lot of the compartments as well. That way you can see at night. You also have an electrical outlet here in case you need to plug anything in. And again, more storage. And when we have storage on the campsite, that's easy access. Right? We don't have to go all the way around the camper, and we want big storage on the campsite too, not just the small stuff. Oh yeah, they certainly have you covered with the mega storage compartment right back here. You can see you have 3 different access points in the back, off campsite, and campsite, and it even comes with an indoor-outdoor table. So you can have a camp table or a picnic table anywhere you go, thanks to that right there. But that's not the only cool feature when it comes to this storage. If we take a look at the back side, something else you will notice is that in a lot of these storage compartments, there's a plug. There's one in here, there's one over here. So you can fill these up with ice if you want, and you have a tailgating machine back here as well, or just have a big party, have an event. Maybe you're bringing everyone from the campground. This is going to be the place to hang out thanks to this back compartment. Also on the back is going to be a rear-mounted ladder, 250-pound capacity, so you can climb up onto the fully walkable roof. Backup camera for the additional vision here in the back. You will also notice right down below is your tubular bumper and 8,000-pound hitch with a 7-way plug. And then on the off-camp side, you'll have all of your water connections, fresh tank fill, city water, as well as black tank flush. You'll also have fuel fill, cable inlet, and your 30-amp power cord inlet. Making our way up a little bit further, you can see right here is the tankless water heater. Our propane will be located right in there. Nice big storage area here on the off-camp side. And then you will see the 4,000-watt generator. Now, while the 31 is my personal favorite in the EDDIE BAUER lineup, I perfectly understand if you want one that's a little bit smaller, a little bit more maneuverable. Well, I got one for you. Check it out.